Cepeda,
reporting to you live from Geometry News. Welcome back. Today our first guest is a girl who can solve a 30-60-90 triangle, the fastest in the whole Coachella Valley.
Please welcome Jasmine Hassan.
Thanks, guys.
So Jasmine, I hear you can solve these 30-60-90 triangles, the fastest in the entire Coachella Valley.
I sure can, and I can demonstrate one for you right now if you'd like.
Of course.
So to solve this 30-60-90 triangle, first we're going to need to find x. To find x, the shortest leg of the two legs, we need to divide 8 by radical 3. We do this because the longest leg is equal to the shortest leg times radical 3. To solve this, we're going to need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by radical 3 because we can't have a radical on the bottom. So radical 3 times radical 3 equals 3, and 8 times radical 3 equals 8 radical 3. So x will equal 8 radical 3 over 3. Now, to find y, the hypotenuse of the 30-60-90 triangle, we'll take x, which is 8 radical 3 over 3, and multiply it by 2 because the hypotenuse is equal to the shortest leg times 2. So 8 radical 3 over 3 times 2, or 2 over 1, equals 16 radical 3 over 3. So y equals 16 radical 3 over 3.
A squared plus b squared equals c squared. C is the length of the hypotenuse. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. A and b are the lengths of the other sides. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. C is the length of the hypotenuse. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. A and b are the lengths of the other sides.
Buy the soundtrack today!
Reporting to you live from Palm Desert High School. I'm here in geometry class with teacher Ms. Broyles.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm one of the students at Palm Desert High School, and I'm here with my geometry teacher, Ms. Broyles.
And we're learning the 45-45-90 triangle theorem.
I'm here with one of the students who's going to solve a 45-45-90 triangle.
The legs of a 45-45-90 triangle are Q and Q, and the hypotenuse is Q radical 2. Since we already know the hypotenuse is 4 radical 2, we can take from this that x and y will both be 4, since the hypotenuse is directly across the way from the right angle.
I'm here with student Jasmine Hassan, who is also working on 45-45-90 triangle.
When you cut a square into two triangles, it makes a 45-45-90 triangle. So I can use the 45-45-90 triangle theorem properties to solve for x, the hypotenuse. So since 6, and this side would also be 6, these would be the q radical 2, so these would be the q's. X would be the q radical 2, so I just simply plug it in, and q radical 2 would equal 6 radical 2. And so x equals 6 radical 2.
Welcome to Education Corner. Today we will be learning the Pythagorean inequalities theorem. Squared is equal to 9, plus 4 squared is equal to 16, and 5 squared is 25. And when you add 16 and 9, it's 25. So these are equal, which would make this a right triangle. And it is also a Pythagorean triple. 2 squared is equal to 4, plus 4 squared is 16, and 6 squared is 36. When you add 16 and 4, it's 20, which is less than 36, which would make this an obtuse triangle since C is greater than A and B. 4 squared is 16, plus 4 squared is 16, and 2 squared is equal to 4. When you add 16 and 16, it's 32, and 32 is greater than C squared. Since A and B are greater than C squared, this would be an acute triangle. Because there's a shortage of pool towels in the Coachella Valley, we are forced to share.
Since there's a shortage of towels, we have to figure out how to split all the towels evenly. We know that the shortest side of the towel is 5 feet and that the longest side is 12 feet, but we need to know the hypotenuse. So we'll use Pythagorean theorem. 5 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared. 5 squared is 25, 12 squared is 144, and we will then solve to find out c. So 25 plus 144 is 169. We will then square root it to figure out what c is. And the square root of 169 is 13. So c equals 13, making the hypotenuse 13 feet. This is also a Pythagorean triple.
Well, that's it for this episode of Geometry News.
Join us again next week.
You live from
For Geometry News.
Yas.
And I'm Sophia Zaveda, reporting to you live from Geometry.
I was
No!
already
You're
talking.
cut out the beginning.
Can you do
5,
the
6, 7, 8.
Guys.
A squared plus
Squared equals
Wait,
c
you guys,
squared.
that we
C
is
is-
the.
I actually did it without laughing. Oh my
Real at that.
Well, I thought we were gonna like record first and then start like 5, 6.
No, we just listened for the beep.
I actually did it one time without laughing.
Okay, it's still filming, so.
Can you,
That's a
wait, can you
blueberry.
just do it over again?
C is the lady.